Hi everyone, I hope I'm audible.
Yes, ma'am, it's audible. Good evening.
Perfect. Good evening. First of all, welcome to DURGASOFT. This is our first demo of TABLEAU, right? So before starting, first let me introduce about myself. So I'm Divya. I have about 8+ years of experience into data analytics. I'm currently working as a senior data analyst in one of the MNCs in Hyderabad. I completed my MS in data science, and I have experience in teaching all the data science subjects like SQL, Tableau, Power BI, Python, statistics, and machine learning. Okay, so with DurgaSoft currently I'm working with MySQL and Tableau. So yeah, this is our first demo, as you know. So and this is about me. Okay, so yeah, let's try to see, as this is our demo class. First, today I'll give you the introduction of Tableau. Let's try to understand what Tableau is, why it is useful, and let's try to see some details about Tableau, like what are all the products we have, what are the concepts we are going to discuss, like that. Okay, so before that, if it is okay for you, could you please, if possible, you can just unmute yourself one by one and you can tell me about yourself, like are you currently working as are you currently working in any field? Do you have some prior knowledge on a skill, right? Are you students or are you something like that?
Yes, ma'am. Hi, this is Venkateswar.
Hi.
Currently, I'm working in data analytics in
Okay.
some MNC company, and I
Okay.
have little bit knowledge in Oracle.
Okay. Okay. Fine. Thank you, Venkateswarlu. Salman, what about you? Can you able to talk, or do you want me to start the class? All right, that's okay. Let's start. So, yes, of course, Tableau is nothing but it's, as you all know, it is a kind of visualization tool, right? It is a business intelligence application by using which basically we will connect to the data and we will try to create some dashboards out of it, right? We can analyze the data easily by creating some visualizations, which we will call it as dashboards technically, correct? Basically we will work with data, we will analyze it, and we will create some graphs, right? So yeah, suppose whatever you can see now, as you know, this is a screenshot of an Excel file. Okay, and you can observe here we have some employee details here, something like employee name, employee's number, and salary. Correct. So if I show you this particular screenshot and if I ask you, tell me the employee name who is earning highest salary, right? If I ask you like that, of course you can able to answer me by maybe by taking some time or else by applying some filters over here also. But still, instead of, this is just in this particular picture we can able to see only 37 rows. If we have some thousands and thousands of rows, instead of applying filters in Excel file, instead of trying to analyze the data from here, if we can see this particular screenshot, this is a screenshot of Tableau graph. This is called as horizontal bar graph, right? Which I created by using the same data. Okay, so uh, okay, Salman, that is okay. That is really fine. Okay, you have good knowledge on SQL and SAS. That is perfect. Okay, thank you, Salman. All right. So yeah, this is a screenshot of Tableau horizontal bar graph, as I said, which we created by using the same data. So here you can observe clearly this is the employee names, right? And this is the salary. So with respect to the salary here, we got the size of the bar. If you know here, the bar which is long is depicting the highest salary and the shorter bar is lower salary. If you know this particular point, if I ask you the same question, tell me the employee name who is earning the higher salary, you can just give me answer in few seconds, right? Obviously, by seeing this easily we can understand only two higher bars are there with 60,000 as a salary, and we can say that particular employee names, right? The reason I'm just trying to show you this is it's simple. To understand the importance of Tableau in, to analyze, obviously in every domain nowadays, everywhere business is just running because of the data, correct? So they are storing their data, they need to analyze the data, they need to understand where they are going wrong, right? On what particular measure, what particular areas they need to focus, or they need to concentrate on, what kind of measures they need to take to improve their profits or to improve their business, correct? So obviously for this reason only they will use visualization tools, and that is the reason any visualization developer, as you know, we have so many tools in the market right now, not only Tableau, we have Power BI, we have so many other tools, but mostly Power Tableau and Power BI are two prominent tools which is using very largely for all the companies, right? By all the companies. So because of that, this particular reason only, because if they include, if they're trying to utilize visualization tools, it is helping each and every domain, each and every company to increase their profits in their business. So because of this reason only, we visualization developers or data analysts are having good demand in the market, right? Because it is useful in every domain, we don't stick to any single domain. It can be banking, it can be finance, it can be, e-commerce websites, it can be medical field, any field, it can be any manufacturing company, wherever it is, it can be any kind of sales. Data analysts are required for them, right? So and everywhere they, we are generating lots and lots of data, correct? To analyze the data by keeping in an Excel file and trying to analyze the reports is a little bit difficult task. For that we will use visualization tools. Easily we can create some graphs and easily we can analyze from here, correct? That is about the importance of visualization. Obviously, if suppose, for example, if I read something in any book, or if I just, if I gave you some two or three pages of, I mean, two or three papers, and I said there is one story inside this, just try to read and understand. Obviously, you can read, obviously, you can understand. But instead of that, instead of giving you three papers of, you know, theory kind of notes, if I show you one video where it consists of 2 minutes, in that the entire story or entire concept is present, you will be easily, I mean, it is easily understandable for us if we observe uh, videos, right? That is the power of visualizations. First of all, instead of reading and understanding, seeing is, we seeing something, we can just try to grasp it very quickly. Right, that is the importance of visualization, first of all. Now, features of Tableau. Before understanding features of Tableau, let's try to see about products of Tableau. Okay, so we have six products in Tableau. Okay, Tableau is a software in which they are providing six products. Okay, so just a second. So as you can see here, we have six products from Tableau. So first of all, first one is Tableau Desktop. This is a place where we will create all the graphs. Okay, once we are done with our demo classes, I'll show you the installation process of Tableau Desktop, right? So we will work on Tableau Desktop to create the graphs. Okay, and next, Tableau Server. Okay, Tableau Server is nothing but, actually, in real time, we will work on servers only. We will work on Tableau servers only rather than Tableau desktop. In learning process, we will learn everything in Tableau desktop. But again, of course, in companies, we will use Tableau server. And of course, Tableau desktop is internally, we can open inside a Tableau server. We can open Tableau desktop internally inside a Tableau server, but in companies, we will use Tableau server only. Not only we, that is we in the sense, not only the Tableau developers or data analysts, even Tableau admin people. As we know, for every job role there will be developers as well as there will be admins. So Tableau administrators also will use this Tableau server. Okay, in this Tableau server only, we will have, we will have some options, we will have some settings where we can even track the usage of the complete Tableau products, right? If suppose I'm working on Tableau desktop for some time, how much time I worked on the Tableau desktop, everything. I mean, if I used it in the, we will have going forward, we will see, we'll have something called as live connections, extant connections. So on which connection I have worked, what, how much time I worked, how many extracts I did, like that. Every each and every information will be tracked inside Tableau server. Not only that, we have so many concepts here. Something like, maybe we have something called as site roles. Okay, site roles. That is, we have three types, mainly three types. Okay, something like administrator and explorer, viewer, for example. Going forward, we will learn about this very clearly. I'm just trying to give you an and just overview on it. So we have three site roles: administrator, explorer, and viewer. In administrator also again we'll have two types, in explorer also again we will have two types. So being users, not only users, if we are working on any project, we first, uh, you know in Tableau server we will be given our own site role, right? If we are giving, if I gave, if I may, if I was given as an explorer, what all I can do inside a Tableau server, what permissions I will have, being explorer, what I can do, being a user, I mean, being a viewer, what I can do, being an administrator, what are all the options I can do, what are all the options will be available for me, like that. We have some, as I said, again in this we have two more types, and this also we have two more types. Each and every type we will learn detailing going forward, but this is again important. We need to understand what is site roles, how we are basically inside a Tableau server only, we can create users, how they are creating users, how they are assigning site role permissions, and for which role, what are all the duties we can do particularly for each and every role, like that. Everything will be there inside Tableau server. Okay, not only this, will have so many admin options. Okay, suppose we have very an important thing in something called as schedules. Okay, for example, um, maybe I wanted to share my dashboard with my manager, imagine. Okay, on, suppose daily at some particular time, maybe daily at 11 o'clock, 11 a.m. I wanted to share my dashboard with my manager. Daily, this is my task. Okay, instead of daily sharing, daily logging into the Tableau server and daily sharing that particular dashboard to my manager, only once I can create a schedule. For the first time, I can create a schedule. Whatever dashboard I wanted to share, that dashboard I can select. Whatever user ID of my manager, that user ID I need to give. And then we have something called as frequency. We need to set a frequency, like how frequently we wanted to send that particular dashboard, maybe daily, okay, or else alternative day, once in a week, like that. Okay, at what, how many days and at what time we wanted to send, that one we need to select. And by selecting all these options, we need to create a schedule. Then automatically, if I suppose, imagine if I select every day at 11 a.m. daily, without even I don't want it to, I mean, even I don't want to log in, and I don't want to send manually every time, automatically Tableau server itself sends that particular dashboard to my manager daily at 11 o'clock, like that. This is called as schedules. If you observe, sometimes we may receive some emails, right? Maybe from any other sites like Amazon, Mintra. If we are subscribing to them, at some particular time we will get some kind of mails from them, like maybe some about the products, about any advertisements. If we observe some mails, we will get at a particular time only, maybe daily, correct? That is because of this particular schedules only. Okay, no one will send us manually, it will be all already, everything, the process will be automated. Likewise, in Tableau server, that concept in Tableau we are having in Tableau server, which was called as scheduling. Okay, so not only schedules, again we have something called as alerts. In the sense, suppose I'm working with, imagine I'm working with any sales, in any sales project. Okay, So maybe my client wanted me to create an alert. Suppose currently, as I said, it is if it is sales data, suppose the sale or their profit value. Okay, let's imagine their profit value. Their current profit is maybe some 20K. Okay, so whenever it reached 50K, he wanted me to send an alert for him. Whenever the profit value reached to this particular value, he wanted me to send an alert. Okay, so at that time we have one concept called as alert in Tableau server. Inside Tableau server only we will have this alert concept where we can set one threshold value, where we can set any particular conditions and any particular values. Whenever that condition met that, I mean, whenever that value met that condition, automatically alert will be sent to the client. Okay, so all these things we can do inside a Tableau server, which we are going to learn very practically going forward. More, if you observe, most of the other institutes they only teach Tableau desktop, but here not only Tableau desktop, we will also learn Tableau server very practically, because going forward, whenever we started working in any company, we need to work on Tableau server only. So we need to have an idea about how basically the user interface of Tableau server, how we are going to work, what are all the extra options we have inside the server level. Everything we will learn very practically. We will have at least 3 to 4 classes we will work on Tableau server at the end. Okay, so this is one product. And as I said, I already explained about Tableau desktop. Tableau server is done. Next, Tableau public. Tableau public is nothing but, suppose in Tableau desktop, this is not a free license product. Okay, basically Tableau desktop is freely available for only 14 days. Okay, if we install today by using one mail ID, it will be available for us freely only for 14 days of time. After 14 days, uh, we don't, I mean, we don't have a free license for this. We need to buy a Tableau desktop. Okay, so whereas Tableau public is something same like Tableau desktop only, it is freely available. Okay, Tableau public is freely available, but there is some difference here. Okay, in Tableau public, whatever graphs I create in Tableau desktop, that work or that graphs I can save in my laptop. Okay, whereas whatever work we done in Tableau public, we can't save that work, we can't save that dashboards. It will be automatically went online only, it will be uploaded online only, but we can't access them, or we can't access in the sense we can't download them personally into our laptops. That is one difference. First of all, in desktop we can download our work, in Tableau public we can't download our work. That is one difference. But the main problem with Tableau prep is that, main difference here is that, going forward, I mean, in this class only I'll show you, we have something called as data sources. Okay, data sources is nothing but from where we are getting our data, that is from where we are connecting our data. It can be, data can be in any format, right? It can be in any Excel file, correct? It can be in any text file, it can be in any kind of database, it can be SQL server, it can be MySQL, correct? It can be any database. So each and every of this is called as data source. Excel is one data source, text file is one data source, SQL server one data source, MySQL one data source, Oracle SQL one data source. Like that, each and every thing, particular thing from where we are connecting the, and from where we are getting data, that one here in Tableau we will refer it as, we will call it as a data source. That is the source from where we are getting the data. Simple, correct? So the difference here is that in Tableau desktop we have so many data sources available. I'll just show you in a while. Whereas in Tableau prep we can only connect to Excel file. We cannot connect to any database in Tableau public. Okay, only Excel file. If you really wanted to work, if you, I mean, of course whatever file we will connect, the usage will be same. If you want for 14 days you can work on Tableau desktop, and after that you can connect any Excel file to Tableau public and you can work freely. That is one option. Or else, usually what I'll suggest to all my students is that here Tableau Desktop is actually freely available for 1 year only for students. Okay, if you are a student, that is well and good. Or else I'll suggest to all my all of generally in every in all my batches, I'll suggest to everyone that obviously mostly students won't attend my sessions. Whoever already working, they will only attend to learn the advanced concepts of Tableau. So obviously I suggest them at least from their friends or family, maybe from cousins or whoever. If you know any neighbors, if anyone is a student, so just try to ask them to give you a picture of their student ID card. Okay, if you know any student from any friends or family, just try to ask them to send the picture, take a picture of their student ID card will be there, right? Their college or their university ID card. Just ask the picture of a student ID card. We need to upload that pic in one website. Okay, if we upload that pic, that is here we are going, I mean, we need to log in as a student by using that particular picture. What in that picture, whatever, I mean, in that ID card, whatever name, student name will be there, that name only we will use and we will log in. Okay, and if we register as a student by uploading our student ID card, we will get one product key. Okay, by using that product key, we, if we log in inside a Tableau Desktop, we will we can able to access Tableau Desktop freely for 1 year. Okay, I'll show you this process going forward. This is one more method where we can use without disturbance. If we want to use Tableau Desktop, this is one of the best method. Okay, so like that. So we understood what is Tableau Public, we understood what is Tableau Server, right? Now let's see about Tableau Online. Tableau Online is nothing but nowadays we are calling it as Tableau Cloud. Previously we used to call it as Tableau Online. Now we are calling it as Tableau Cloud. It's nothing but a medium which is helping us to connect to the Tableau server. We generally, everyone, we need to have our own Tableau online account or our own Tableau cloud account. We need to create one account by using our mail ID only, of course. Here in learning process, in obviously in companies they will give the company's server IDs and all, but here by using our Gmail ID we will create one Tableau cloud account. By using that cloud account, we will just try to log into the Tableau server. This Tableau Cloud or Tableau Online, both are same. Previously, we used to call it as online. Nowadays, we are calling it as cloud. So, basically, this acts as a medium by using which we can log into the Tableau server. Okay. So, I'll show you how we are going to create a Tableau online account by using that credentials. How we are going to log into the Tableau server and how we are working inside Tableau server. Also, we will see practically. Okay. And next, most important, that is Tableau Prep. It is a kind of ETL tool. ETL is nothing but extraction, transformation, and loading. Right? We have so many ETL tools in the market. Likewise, within the Tableau, we are having our own ETL tool, that is a Tableau Prep. Okay. In our course, not only Tableau Desktop, we will learn practically how we are going to, I mean, how we will work on Tableau Server. Right? Along with the Tableau Desktop, we will learn Tableau Server as well as Tableau Prep. Okay, we will learn Tableau Prep also at the end. This is nothing but, as I said, it is a kind of an ETL tool where we will just, you know, extract some data. If we will see how many kind of extraction options are there, how we are going to transform the data. We have so many cleaning steps there. Okay, cleaning steps. How, if we have some raw data, if we want to clean the data, first of all, see, being, if you know, you might already know about this, but let me give you a small idea. So as you know, in the data science we have so many job roles, right? It can be data engineer, data analyst, right? Maybe ML researchers, ML developers, and then data scientists, correct? If we ignore this three, let's focus on this two part, data engineers and data analysts. Most of you already know about the difference between what a data engineer do, what a data analyst will do, correct? But still, a small idea, data engineers is generally are the persons who directly connect to the, I mean, clients in the sense, generally whenever we are working on any project, clients will give us raw data, right? So the raw data will be first given to the data engineers. These people only will first clean the data. Okay, data engineers are the one who will clean the data. Okay, who will if cleaning the data is nothing but, if suppose if there are any duplicate records, if there are any null values, we have something called as, going forward we will learn very practically about all these things. Okay, so if we have what we call, what is that, I'm unable to recall that a particular point. Suppose if our data is very far away, okay, basically if the data is completely different from the existing data, we will just sorry, outliers, I remind. Okay, we will have something called as outliers concept. I'll explain very detailedly by taking one example going forward. Okay, we will have something called as outliers. Outliers is nothing but, if any data, suppose sometimes by mistakenly we will get, by mistakenly we will get some wrong data, or else sometimes our data is very far away, some data is very far away with our actual data. That data is called as an outlier. If we include that in our visualizations, it will you know it will impact, it will bring a large difference or a big difference between the analysis. So sometimes in some data we will remove these outliers. Okay, so all these things, removing duplicate data, not only removing duplicate data and null values, actually they will give the structure to the particular data. Whenever we are getting data from the clients, that will be completely wrong. Okay, maybe we'll get in a normal notepad kind of thing, normal what do you call, a text file in normal, just with a comma separated data we will get. That data first they will clean it in various purposes, they will create a database. Okay, they will only, data engineers will only create a structure to that particular data. Okay, already cleaned data after everything is done. So in this process, in this cleaning process, they will use this ETL tools. Okay, so we have so many cleaning options they can while basically preparing the data. So already cleaned data, the data engineers will clean the data and they will send that cleaned data to the data analyst. Okay, once we receive the data, we will check the data if needed, if the, still obviously 80% of the cleaning steps will be done by the data engineers only. Still, if required, remaining 20%, 10%, whatever it is, while working we will clean. So once we get the data, once first we will connect to any ETL tool, we will try to check the data. If needed, if we want, we can even further cleaning will be done by us, and after the cleaning is done only, we will load the data back to the Tableau desktop or Tableau server. Okay, ETL in the sense extraction, transformation and loading, that is we will extract the data to any ETL tool. Suppose here example Tableau prep, first we will extract what kind of transformations we wanted to do, that is what kind of uh, cleanings we are expecting. If we wanted to include, if we wanted to add any joins, any unions like that, we will just transform our data to whatever required form we want. After transforming, we will load that data back to either Tableau server or else to the Tableau desktop, and then we will start creating graphs. Okay, so that is nothing but ETL tool. Again, an important concept we need to learn, being a, I mean, if you are working on any visualization tool, we need to have an idea about ETL tools also. So here Tableau Prep is an inbuilt ETL tool of Tableau. So we are going to, in this course, first of all in Tableau desktop, all the concepts we will learn. Once we are done with all the concepts, then Tableau server, then Tableau Prep. Okay, after this, once we are done with Tableau Prep, we are going to learn one real time, we are going to create one real time dashboard on HR analytics data. We will use HR analytics data and we will create a real time dashboard. Why I'm calling it as real time, in the sense, of course, within the Tableau desktop, dashboard concept will be covered, but in this real time dashboard, not only creating dashboard, we will also learn about the formatting techniques. Okay, how we are going to format a dashboard. That means how professionally we will create dashboards in real time. That professional kind of output we will try to create. We will create everything from scratch, step by step. We will see how we are going to create a professional dashboard at the end on HR analytics data. Okay, that is about the plan. Okay, and what is Tableau reader? Tableau reader, we can even ignore this product. This is just something like a place where if this is just like a computer. In computer, if suppose if there is an Excel file and notepad, if I save in my laptop, in my personal laptop, whenever I wanted to access, I can just open, I can access, and I can close, right? Same way, who anyone about any visualization. Suppose if I created any dashboard, I wanted to upload it online, I will have my own Tableau reader, and I'll just upload that so that anyone can open it and read it. Something like, mainly this will be used by bloggers. If anyone wanted to create anything, any journalists or any bloggers, if they wanted to create any articles by using visualizations, they can use this particular thing. Okay, anyways, this is not that useful. Main important is server prep, and yeah, public, that is nothing but just like a Tableau desktop only. We already understood the difference, and this is just creating an account, which we will go see practically going forward. Okay, this is about the Tableau products. What we have, 6 products we have. I hope I'm clear. And features of Tableau, but maybe in tomorrow's class I'll explain features. Today, without wasting time, let me let's try to understand the user interface of Tableau desktop. Let's create our first graph, and let's try to understand how we are going to create a graph. Okay, I'm just opening my Tableau desktop. As I said, once we are done with demo classes, I'll show you the installation process of Tableau desktop. Once we open Tableau desktop, this is how it looks. Okay, this is a user interface of Tableau desktop. Of course, you can see this is menu bar, file, data, server, help, 4 options we have here, right? And towards the left side, we have something called as connect. Let me use another color. Okay, we have something called as connect. This one we'll call it as connect panel. Okay, connect panel, basically from where we are going to connect to our data. Okay, as I said, data can be in any format, right? It can be in the form of Excel file, text file, JSON file, PDF file, like that. Inside we have a separate section for servers like Oracle Server, Amazon Redshift, MySQL, Microsoft SQL Server. Likewise, if I'm clicking on more option, we have this many servers available in Tableau desktop. Okay, accordingly, whatever server we wanted to work, we will just connect from here and we will start working on it. Okay, this is what we will call it as, technically we will use a word called as data source. Okay, data source. That is, Excel is one data source, text file is one data source, like that. Oracle is one data source, SQL Server is one data source, like that. So this is about what I'm saying. In Tableau Public, we will have only option to connect to Excel file. Not, we don't have any of these options. Whereas in Tableau Desktop, we have many sources, correct? Like that. So this is the connect panel from where we are going to connect to the data. At the bottom, you can see something called as save with data sources. We have two things here: sample superstore and world indicators. Okay, these two are basically data sources provided by Tableau itself for practice purpose. If you want to practice, you can just connect from here. This is just a sample data where we have perfect databases from Tableau itself. Okay, next, open section. Recently opened graphs, whatever I worked on, that will be appear here. Okay, quick start. If you wanted to start, if you wanted to connect any already available accelerators, that is already available sample workbooks, we can connect from here. Discover, towards the right side, whatever you can see, you can ignore this part. This is generally, if we have something called as Tableau community. Okay, if we have any updates from them, we can able to observe the links here. Okay, that's it. So now let's try to connect to one Excel file and let's try to see. So I just clicked on this Microsoft Excel file. It will allow me to select any Excel file from my system. I'm just selecting the same sample superstore. This one. This is the file. This is the data source provided by Tableau itself. Here we have actually we have good data here to analyze Tableau desktop. This is a perfect data. Okay, so first let's connect to this data only. I'm just clicking on open. Okay, now this is called as data source level. Towards the bottom left you can see something called as data source, right? Generally it is just showing me the file name to which I got connected, sample superstore. You can also see connections here. Below it is showing me I got connected to Excel file, Microsoft Excel file, and the file name is sample superstore, right? At the bottom it is showing me sheets. For example, first let me just open in my system. Let me open I'm normally opening Excel file. Let's see. Say this is a sample superstore data which we got from Tableau itself. Okay, so here basically we have three sheets. First one is orders, where we have so many rows and columns. Okay, second sheet is people, where we have some regional manager and region wise data. And then we have returns, whatever orders we got. This is order ID and this is a return status. Okay, so three sheets we are having. That three sheets only we can able to see here. Okay, so on whatever sheet we wanted to work, that sheet we can use. So now I wanted to work on orders. I'm just dragging that orders and placing it here. Okay. So this three sheets we had, I whatever sheet we want to work on, I'll just drag and drop it here. Then I got the data. Whatever data I'm having in Excel file, the same data I can able to see in the Tableau desktop, right? So this is the data. You can see this many columns and this many rows it is showing me, correct? This is a towards a, as I said, this is a data source level. Okay, so here we can, it will show us first the connection details, then it will show us sheet wise data. Whatever sheet we wanted to work we can use. And once we select that particular sheet, here towards the bottom right it will show us the preview of the data, how many columns are there and what is the data we can see. Towards the left side it is just showing us data types and field names. Now suppose here observe, we can able to see some symbols, hash ABC, right? Suppose as I hope you already have an idea about SQL, right? So in SQL, if you know, we have something called as data types, right? Data types is something which actually decides what kind of data we can enter in any particular column, right? We have something like numerical data type, character data type, date time data type. That is, if I want to enter numbers, I will use numerical data type, something like int, right? Int or float. If I wanted to use character data, I'll use this character data type, something like char and varchar. Likewise, if you want to enter dates, we will use this date data type, right? This is something called as data types we have in SQL. So whenever we are creating table in SQL, we will define data types manually for each and every column, right? We will create a table, we will give a column name. Suppose if it is ID column, I'll give column name as ID, and I'll say my data type will be int, correct? So like this we need to define manually in SQL. Whereas in Tableau is very smarter enough. Once we just connect the data, it automatically recognizes the data types. That is what it is showing. Hash in the sense numerical data types. Okay. ABC in the sense character data types. This calendar symbol is nothing but date data type. Especially in Tableau, we have four data types. One is numerical data type, character data type, date data type, and the next one is geographical data type. We will have globe symbol like this. Just a second. Here you can see this is a globe symbol. It is nothing but geographical data type. Okay, that is wherever geographical data type is there, it will just try to display us maps. Okay, that is region wise. This is country, state. If as it is United States, we can able to see the USA map. Okay, city wise data like that. For address columns, basically we will have this geographical data type in Tableau. Okay, mainly we will have only four data types here. So but we didn't define any data type. Tableau is very smart enough, it automatically recognize the data types. Okay, and it is showing us in the form of these symbols. That is what it is mentioned here. Okay, each data type and the column name, that details we have towards the left side. And observe towards the top right, we have something called as connection, right? Generally Tableau desktop we have both two connections. Before understanding this, let me tell you one thing. Suppose, imagine this is our database. Okay, this is the database where I'm having some data. Okay, imagine this is our Tableau desktop where I'm going to create some graphs. Okay, so obviously my data is here. I'm going to create graphs here. So to create the graphs, first of all, we need data. So obviously we need to connect data to the Tableau desktop, right? So to connect the data, definitely there should be one communication in between, right? Then any communication path or any communication system, there should be something in between which helps us to connect the data to the Tableau desktop, right? That is called as Tableau connection. Tableau connections only will help us in between to connect the data from whatever it is, from any data source. Tableau connection only helps us to connect the data to the Tableau server. Okay, so that is called as Tableau connections. Basically here we have two types of Tableau connections. One is live connection and the second one is extract connection. That is what you can see here, live connection and extract connection. Okay, so going forward, we have a separate class for Tableau connections. In that, we will understand what is live connection, what is extract connection, in which scenarios we will use what kind of connection, how we are going to switch one connection to the another connection. Everything detailedly we will learn going forward. Okay. So for now, but mostly we will use live connection only. For now, I'm on my live connection. In which scenarios we will use extract connection, we will learn going forward. Okay. So that is about the connections concept. And here also we will have something called as filters. Going forward, we will see about it. Okay, now this is complete the first page. Once we immediately connected to our data, we got into this page. This page is actually called as data source level. Okay, now to create the graphs, we need to go to sheet level. Here we have sheet 1, correct? So we need to click on that. Then we can able to see like this. So this is the place, this is the canvas where we are going to create the graphs in between. Okay, this page, blank page. Let's observe what are all the options we have here. Obviously, you can see first of all, this is Tableau book 1. So this complete thing is called as workbook. Okay, Tableau workbook, in which we can create Tableau sheets. Just like however we will have in Excel workbook, inside we will have sheets individually. Tableau also in one workbook we can create multiple sheets. Okay, so that is what here it is. This is a my current workbook name is book 1. In that I open sheet 1. Okay, if we want we can just rename this sheet just by double clicking here. Okay, suppose horizontal bar graph. Whatever sheet name I gave here, I can able to see that sheet name here. Okay, and let's observe the first line. Whatever we have, that is called as menu bar, in which we have file, data, worksheet, dashboard, story, like that. Each and every options going forward we will see. Whenever we are working on dashboards, we will see this one. Whenever we are working on story, we will see this one, like that. Each and every options we will learn going forward. And at the bottom we have something called as this is menu bar, and this is just a toolbar where we have some shortcuts here. Okay, and then you can see this is a data source name to which we got connected. Actually, we got connected to order sheet of sample superstore data. I mean, our Excel file is sample superstore. In that, we opened order sheet, right? That is what it is showing, just our file name. Okay, and then we have something called as table. Below tables we can able to see some data here, right? These are nothing but column names. You can observe, suppose let me open Excel file. We have column names like, let me just, we have column names like row id, order date, customer name, like that. All the column names divided into two sections here. Observe, we have a separate one line here in between. This divided our columns into two parts. This is first part, this is second part. Correct? These are all our column names. Basically, the first part is called as dimensions. Okay. Second part is called as measures. Okay, this is dimensions and this is measures. So what is dimension, what is measure in the sense? To be precise, first let me explain you what is measure. So in measures you can able to see all the columns. Again we are not dividing this manually. Tableau is again smarter enough, it automatically recognizes the columns and it automatically took some columns into dimensions, took some columns into measures. But actually what is measures in the sense, all the column names, all the columns on which we can apply some kind of calculations. Okay, calculations is nothing but it can be any kind of calculation. Suppose any arithmetic calculations like plus, minus, multiplication, division, right? Obviously we will perform such calculations on numbers only, right? Sales, we have some numerical data where I can apply calculations. Quantity, profits, discounts, all this data, obviously I can able to perform calculations. Okay, not only calculations, if you know, in SQL we have something called as aggregate functions, right? You might already aware of it. We have something called as aggregate functions. It's nothing but, we have what kind of aggregate functions we have? Minimum function, right? Min, max, average, sum, count. Five functions we have mainly. We call these functions as aggregate functions, right? Basically, minimum function to display the minimum value of any column, maximum function, max function to display maximum value, average is used to find the average of the value, sum is used to find the total of any values, and count is used to basically count the number of records, right? These five functions together we will call it as aggregate functions in SQL. Correct? Anyways, going forward we will see about these functions, don't worry. So I hope you already might have an idea about it. So now this aggregate functions, on whatever columns we can apply aggregate functions. Simply let me repeat, on whatever columns we can able to apply calculations, and on whatever columns we can able to apply aggregate functions, that columns comes under this measures. Okay, this is the exact definition, but maybe we can even understand, or we just for an easy purpose we can even remember, or we can even think like this: all the numerical data, right? Maybe profits, discounts, quantity, sales, all this is nothing but numerical data only. If it is numerical data, then only I can able to apply calculations, then only I can able to apply any aggregate data, right? For character data we can't apply any of these things. Correct? So almost every time all the numerical data comes under measures. Remaining data other than numerical, that is, it can be character data, it can be date data type data, it can be geographical data type data, all the data comes under dimensions. You can observe. This is globe in the sense geographical data, ABC character data, calendar date data, right? If you see, we have one more column here where we have numerical data type, that is row id. This is hash in the sense numerical data type, but row id is nothing but that is static data. Correct? Row id in the sense just for each and every row what is the id. Let's observe in data source level. Row id is nothing but this is first row, second row, third row. Sequential order we will have, right? Row ids is generally static data. On the row id we don't apply any calculations. Correct? That is just a data which helps us to understand the row numbering. Correct? We don't apply any kind of calculations to that particular column, right? So that such columns we can observe inside dimensions, right? Am I clear about what is dimension and what is measure? If there is any doubts you can ask me. Is this clear? Let's keep this session interactive, guys. You can even chat. Yes, perfect. Thank you, Salman. So this is about dimensions and measures, very important thing. By using dimensions and measures only, we will create graphs basically. Okay. Now, this is something called as columns and this is something called as rows. If we keep dimensions and measures in these columns and rows, then only we can able to create some graphs. Okay. Now we observe we have something called as show me. This is called as show me panel. Okay. Below this, we can able to see all the graphs. We have basically 24 inbuilt graphs in Tableau. Okay, 24 inbuilt graphs. Along with this inbuilt graphs, even we can create some other graphs also. Okay, first let's learn in our once we start our visualizations concept, we will learn all our 24 inbuilt graphs. After that, we will see we will create some more advanced graphs. For creating these advanced graphs we need to follow some steps, so we will learn everything practically going forward. But inbuilt we will have some 44 graphs, and each and every graph, if you observe, initially all the graphs are disabled for us, but if I keep any cursor on the top of that particular graph, at the bottom it will show the it will show the description. For example, I'm just keeping the cursor here. At the bottom it is showing us the graph name is horizontal bar, and it is showing me minimum requirements to create that graph. Zero or more dimension in the sense this one. Okay, one or more measure in the sense this one, that is by using one measure, that is minimum requirement. At least one measure is required for me to create this particular graph. Whereas if you observe some other graphs, for example this is scatter plot, you can see two to four measures. That is definitely I need at least two measures to create this graph. Likewise, for example, area chart, one date column, zero or more dimension, one or more measure. That is to create this graph I need to have at least one date column and one measure, like that. What is the minimum requirement to create these graphs and what is that particular graph name will be, see we can observe here, okay, by keeping the cursor on the top of it. But if you see, all the graphs are initially disabled only. Once I select any particular dimension and measure, that related graphs will be enabled for us. Okay, let's observe. For example, I'm just clicking on maybe subcategory. Okay, I'm just double clicking on it. Now observe, one graph is enabled for me, right? This is called as text graph. This is just look like a normal, something like an Excel file. However, we will just give the text that kind of format it is. Okay. As I selected only one particular dimension for this data, only one graph is applicable. Now let me select any measure. Suppose sales. If I'm double clicking on the sales, you can see so many graphs are enabled for me. That is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 graphs are enabled for me. That is for this particular data. That is subcategory and sales. That is one dimension and one measure. If I select, I can able to create 10 graphs. Like that, once we select any data, that related graphs will be enabled for us accordingly. According to our requirements, we need to decide what kind of graphs we need to create. Okay, and in the toolbar we have this icon. This is nothing but clearing the sheet. I want to remove everything, so I'll just click on this option. Okay, now let's try to create our first graph. So first thing, either There are two methods here. First one is traditional method. Either I can just drag subcategory into the rows part, and I can drag sales to the column part to create a graph. I got my horizontal bar graph. This is one method. I'm just clearing. Sometimes you may feel like how to know, whether to keep dimension in rows or columns. Suppose if that is a scenario, what we need to do, just double click. Easy method is that double click. If I wanted to create subcategory by sales here, I'll just double click on the subcategory. I'll double click on the sales. I'll select what graph I wanted to create. If I wanted to create horizontal bar graph, I'll just select from here. I'll get my bar graph. Okay. So upon selecting on my particular graph, automatically this dimensions and measures will be rearranged. If I select this particular text table, you can observe the sales went into this marks card because it is showing me this text is nothing but textual data. Here sale value, it is showing me in the textual format, right? That is the reason I can able to see sum of sales into the textual part, right? Like that. Now this is a graph, it just automatically everything will be rearranged. Okay. And we have something called a standard form here. If I wanted to just give, if we want, we can change the view. If I click on entire view, I can able to get the view like this. Okay. And here we have pages, filters, and marks card. Okay, these are called, we will call it as card. Okay, this is filters card, this is marks card, like that. If I want to apply filters, I'll just drag, I'll use this filters card. If I want to give some some settings here, suppose if I want to apply color, then I'll use this color option. If I want to change the size, increase or decrease the graph, I'll use the size option. If I want to give labels, I'll use this option. Like that, we are having some options in marks card. Tomorrow we will discuss detailing. Okay, we're almost done with the time, but let me just show you one color option here. If I want to give subcategory wise color, I'll just drag subcategory into the color part, and then for each and every name I got a different color here, right? Even if we can sort the data by using this options. If I'm just clicking on this, I can able to see in the descending order. If I'm clicking on this, I can able to see the ascending order, right? Like that. If I wanted to just display the salary beside the bar, we'll have T option here, or else we'll have label option here also. This is just a shortcut, anywhere we can click. Okay. So I just wanted you to show, as the time is less, I wanted you to show at least one graph today clearly. That is the reason maybe I explained a little bit faster today. From tomorrow my only intention is to finish explaining at least one graph today. Okay, maybe if I am a little bit fast, from tomorrow I'll just explain a little bit slowly. Okay, but I hope whatever I explained today, that is clear for you, right? Any doubts? If there is any doubts, not only about my explanation, if you wanted to know anything else, you can just ask me. As you know, the course duration is of 40 days and the course fees is of 8,000. Today only is our first demo, and that we are going to continue the batch in the same timings, that is from 7 p.m. IST. Okay, and this is the course content which we're going to cover. Introduction to Tableau, which we are almost done today. Tableau features, Tableau products also we understood. Importance or application of Tableau in real world. User interface of Tableau desktop, we are also done today. Installation of Tableau desktop, data types in Tableau, generating reports from text file and Excel file. By using text files, how we will create, by using Excel files, how we will create, what is dimensions and measures, we are done today. What is continuous data and discrete data, going forward we will see. These are all some options which we have in Tableau desktop. Then Tableau architecture, then database which we are going to learn in this particular concept is, in this particular course is SQL Server. Microsoft SQL Server we will use to learn the concepts of Tableau. Obviously, we need to connect the data, right? Obviously, we will work on any database. So here we are going to use SQL Server. So SQL Server basics first I'll explain. Suppose if anyone completely new to SQL, they need to understand, right? So initially I'll explain some basics of SQL Server, not all. Okay, but again, let me tell you, to become a Tableau developer or data analyst, you should have sound knowledge on, good knowledge on SQL. Okay, learn a separate SQL also if you don't know perfectly. Because if you attend any kind of interviews with any kind of experience, first round they will conduct on SQL only, then only they will check your knowledge on Tableau. SQL is very important. Okay, so here I'll explain some basics of SQL. I'll show you SQL Server installation. Then we will practice. We will understand some basic concepts. Then we will see how we are going to generate reports, Tableau reports by using SQL Server. Then data warehouse in Tableau. Not only databases, we will use data warehouse also. What is data warehouse? What is the difference between database and data warehouse? We will see. And then I'll give you one real-time database here and real-time data warehouse kind of data. We will see how we are going to connect them to our SQL Server, and then we will work on it. Then Tableau connections, Tableau access, we have something called as joins, data blending. These are all the concepts which we are going to cover. Okay, maybe tomorrow I'll give you a detailed explanation. Okay, today we are done with the time. Maybe we'll have some other classes in the same slot. So let me just end the session for now. But irrespective of this, if you have any doubts, you can just ask me for a while. Do you want me to ask me anything? You can ask, or else I'll end the session and let's meet in the tomorrow's class. Is everything okay, guys? Do you want me to ask anything? All right. As you attended today's class, you will get an email from our admin team. Okay. In that, they will provide you all the details. They will include this particular course content also. Just have a look, or else I'll explain you about the course content tomorrow morning. I mean, in the tomorrow next class. Okay. So yeah, as I said, course duration is of 40 days and the course fees is of only 8,000. We are going to discuss each and everything very practically by using real-time databases. Okay, joins from here up to Tableau access. These are basic concepts. From here, advanced concepts will start. Joins, data blending, filters, hierarchies, Tableau parameters, creating dynamic Tableau graphs. In real time, definitely we are not going to create static graphs. We need to create dynamic graphs. For creating dynamic graphs, we need to use concepts called as sets, parameters. We have so many other concepts. We will learn everything practically. Then we will learn visualizations concept. Each and every graph, creating graphs is easy only in Tableau, but we need to understand for what kind of data, what kind of graphs we need to create, we need to know. Right? If you like, for any kind of data, what kind of graph should we create is the important thing we need to understand, right? So that kind of conclusion also we will come, we will understand going forward. Okay, and each and every graph we will learn very practically. Then we have some advanced graphs, something like donut charts, funnel chart, waterfall chart, lollipop chart, word cloud chart. Each and every graph we will see, we will create practically. Then sets, Tableau groups, Tableau functions, drop lines, trend lines, forecasting lines, Tableau dashboards, Tableau stories, Tableau online account, Tableau server, Tableau prep. As I said, we will learn, we will include server and Tableau prep also, and Tableau bins at the end. Once we are done with up to here, we are covering all the Tableau concepts. Once we are done with this, then we will learn practically how we are going to create a real-time Tableau dashboard from scratch by using HR Analytics dashboard. I mean HR Analytics database. Okay. All right, this is about it. I already shared, registration details in Zoom chat box. If you want, you can just check once, or else even you can find the same in the mail which was sent by our administration team tomorrow. Okay, so I hope no one is asking me any doubt. So I hope everything is clear for you. If you want to ask me anything, you can just ask me. Or else I'll end the session for now. Let's meet in tomorrow's class. All clear, right? All right, guys. Let's meet tomorrow. Bye. Thank you, Salman. Bye.